Welcome to adilas. This is a tutorial on how to how to create a check request. And a check request would be where either a store manager or an employee or someone is wanting to spend some money and they need to get approval from the owner or from their manager. What they would do is you would start from the main switchboard homepage and you would choose vendor, and then I'm going to say that I want to do a check request to Safeway. Say I want to go and get some office supplies for the coffee room from Safeway. So if I choose Safe, part of the vendor name, here I found Safeway. And also next to the left here is create check request. So create receipt is here, where if I have the ability to print my check out myself, I could choose this and just create a receipt and cut the corner. But I need to get this approved, so I'm going to choose create check request. So it fills in the date, fills in a due date. If you need it, you can leave it blank. If I know what the amount is, then I can put the exact amount in here, or I can put a range. So I could put a range, or I could just leave it as a blank check if I don't know. So being as I'm going to Safeway, I don't really know, and then I'm just going to put in here office supplies for the coffee room, and then I'm going to add my request. And once I have my request in here, I would go down here to the bottom, and because I don't know what this amount is, that amount does not need to be filled in. It's simply already it'll be in the amount once that I find out exactly what I'm going to apply that to. If I want, I can go ahead and say that it's going to be office supplies, and I can choose my location. And then once I have those office supplies in, I can come in and I can fill out and break this down. I can add multiple line items if I want to split it between different types. Once the check request is in, I have my expense receipt number 43. It shows it's in the request format. And if I had it where I could scan in a copy of what I'm going to be purchasing, I could put that in there too. Some companies know ahead of time what they're requisitioning, so they can scan in invoices, and then they just need to get approval on the requisition. So if I go back to the main switchboard homepage, and now if I come under System Time and Request to the Request homepage, you'll see that request is in here. Here's the request that I made to Safeway, and down at the bottom, a manager would either approve or decline the request, and they could put in notes here on the approval or the decline. So once again, this was a tutorial on how to create a check request. I started from the main switchboard. I chose vendor. I typed in a little bit of the vendor. I created the check request, and then to view the check request, I can come over here to the check request homepage, and I can see that check request. Once again, if I don't have the permissions, I wouldn't have these fields down here at the bottom open. I would only be able to view the check request. I wouldn't be able to actually approve it. So those are additional permissions that only managers can have. Once that is approved, then I'm able to go back to the printable on this, and I'm going to get a bank information and print status to show up down here. So I could put in my check number, and then I could print the check out so that I could go to Safeway and make a purchase. So thanks again for choosing adilas, and this was a tutorial on how to do a check request.